Of Snehal from IT. So we're bringing that up on the screen here. Thank you. Okay, so for IT, we have no change in the budget for the current year, and for fiscal year '21, we actually have about a $88,000 decrease, or 15%, which is mostly in the contractual services and the equipment area. So that being said, we'll go through those line items as well too, and Snehal will be happy to talk about them when we get to them. But we'll start off with the personnel sheet. Which is on your screen right here. There is 3 personnel. 1 person is allocated 50% to the IT, and then this person is also allocated to water and sewer because it's a programmer, and he works on the water systems, the GIS and things like that. So that allocation's always been there for as long as I can remember. So that's how we have in the positions for IT. Any questions on the personal services before I go to the non-personal services?
One quick bit. Your personnel, as far as hands-on personnel that actually do your work, how many is there?
These are the 3.
Just one person goes out, pretty much works on the computers?
Just one person does just the computers.
And do you work in conjunction with the PD as far as their computers? Or do you just handle basically everything in-house as far as the city administration and everything that goes here?
Every building, we handle the IT computer services.
To include the police departments? So you have just one guy doing that all?
Yep.
If there's no other questions, then we'll move to the non-service. So basically, besides the personal services, we start with operating supplies, which I'll bring up here. Okay, here we go. So underneath operating supplies, as you can see, just some miscellaneous UPS, which is some of the bigger items is the UPS, which if you want to explain UPS, but it's the backup servers.
It's a battery backup when the utility power goes out for 10-15 minutes until generator kicks in. The system stays power.
And also the cost for the ID cards, swipe badges, and things like that come out of this account for operating supplies. Total budget $5,900. Next one is contractual services. Total budget $219,000. And as you can see, this is a lot of items. And I'll just highlight kind of the larger ones. You have the cost of the Google applications, approximately $46,000 and some change. Also have the RICO document mall, which is document storage that's used by a lot of departments. Building department is the biggest one, I assume, but is used by a lot of departments.
So just the idea is it has about 6 million documents in it.
How many?
6 million.
6 million documents in that document mall. So
What does, forgive me if this was already asked, our ERP system, does that come out of IT?
nope,
or
it
does
comes out general administration.
Okay.
It's allocated between funds, but in the general fund, it comes out general administration. So that's where our annual cost for that license is going to be in the general fund. There's other technology items that come out of this contractor service, like the firewall, the Secure Authority, which is the single sign-on documentation or software. So yeah, there is a lot of annual licenses, the VDI licenses, $35,000 from Microsoft. And like I said, some miscellaneous PC supplies. So and costs for Windows servers. So those are all coming out of these contractual services. And then the phone system, Avaya, things of that nature. And then this extreme network equipment support for probably the network
equipment
so.
for all the buildings.
So a lot of line items, a lot of detail on this budget for the contractual services. And again, this is an email to you or an email to Michelle, which she'll probably forward to you guys if you guys want to look at this at your leisure. You'll see it in there. Then next one would be the other line item would be just training transportation. Department asked for 9,000, and the mayor put 1,500 in there, just based on funding levels and things like that. So if you wanted to see what they requested and then what was part of the mayor's proposal, you can see it there. So
Got a question. As far as down the road with the new switchover that we're doing with the computer systems, will your department, or will there be a combination of that will eventually go together, or will everything that new coming in, is that going to be handled by a separate entity? Will you handle all the new stuff that's coming in eventually, or will there always be a separate entity for the new system?
The new system we are getting is, in the past, we weren't much supporting it anyway. We had an AS400 programmer that was doing it, then he left, and in between, we are supporting it somewhat, but department's supposed to support their own. So that we are getting a new system that is more cloud-based. Still, each department supporting their own services.
Will you have anything to do with the new system?
I do on a way of a security, safety, the networking.
What about breakdowns? Anything that happens where,
The new system doesn't have any hardware, so there is no breakdowns.
okay? But what about little bugs or something in the system that have to be fixed, or,
And that's the cloud system, right? It's adjust, self-update,
okay?
right? So any bugs pops up, even if it is there, usually it's done by the cloud people.
So, if I may, Councilwoman, can I make a comment before you have a question? Councilwoman Croft, can I? Okay, so I can speak to that a little bit too, is, because like I said, we're finalizing the implementation with, so we have a partner right now that's going through the implementation for the ERP side, the cloud side, for the financial, procurement, the planning, budgeting things. So, like I said, we're gonna be going into negotiations for a support contract with them, and then they will provide some support for any kind of issues that we receive along the way. Because like Snehal said, it is a cloud-based system. There's no hardware, but the IT will be involved because there's a single sign-on, there's a couple other things that need to be worked on, but I would say that would be very minimal to what's currently going on with their support of our current systems, because it's all hardware, it's all older and things like that. So that being said, the GovSense side, which is your water billing, tax billing, building department, call center stuff, there would be part of the GovSense would be supporting that for any type of questions. And again, it's not full-fledged support, but there's going to be people that are going to be pinpointed as that contact for the city. So if there is a problem, it would be routed through that person that will contact that company for those kind of issues.
Will we have a yearly cost to that, to the other company, to this company that's basically setting this up now? Is there going to be actually a budgeted item for them every year?
Through the chair, there's going to have to be some sort of support, yes.
Yes, that's
There has to be some sort, we have annual license costs, which was already approved. We have the implementation it's being finalized or being finished up. But in addition to that, there is limited support from the Oracle license itself, so we're going to have some sort of limited support for the Oracle system, which at this point we were going to try and negotiate those terms with Cyber, our partner right now that's doing the implementation, and of course we'll come to council when we get that all finalized with that agreement. So,
Okay, thank you.
sound about fair, Snehal, or do you want to comment
Just a
on that?
little bit more explanation on any kind of system,
Yeah.
cloud, non-cloud. When you purchase the system, it has hardware and software. Hardware, this is not on a cloud system, there is no hardware because hardware is in all on cloud. So we're talking about software. So when you purchase a software, there are licenses. You can purchase the licenses upfront and pay maintenance per year. On a cloud system, most of the flavors are you don't purchase upfront, you just pay per year.
Kind of like a
And
subscription.
you don't own anything. That includes their system, any bugs, anything as a support. So if it's any discrepancy or any issues that it caused due to the system, it's included. But most of the cases, the way they operate, you do not have those kind of calls for them because they do test and everything out. So any issues that the other support that you're looking for are the user forgot or user don't know how to do it again or made a mistake on a process, on a software. Those type of support is not included part of the support contract. You have to either get additional support or train individual department.
And
Some
and if I may
personnel.
make a comment, just additional comment on that, is that's where we're at right now. We're going live soon, and we don't know exactly what those additional services are going to be. My opinion would be minimal, but we're going to have those negotiations with them as a backup.